Hi traders, my name is Duncan Cooper and I'm a Senior Market Strategist and Trading Mentor at AUDJPY Securities. In today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the key trading levels for the week ahead for the pairs the Australian dollar to the Japanese yen, the Australian dollar to the US dollar, the euro to the Japanese yen, the euro to the US dollar, the pound to the Japanese yen and the pound to the US dollar. So let's get into the first pair. Hi traders, hope you've had a safe trading week. Now I've got my daily charts in front of me. I've got my monthly, weekly and daily levels of support and resistance drawn in. Those levels are in the description below. I'll just reference the ones that I'm looking at this week. So first pair, Aussie Japanese yen. Just going to get my drawing tool in. Alright, so what happened last week? We did get support down here, 82.01 weekly support. And we moved up and challenged over here daily resistance at 83.73, so we might just be bound between those levels this week. So there's a slight uptrend, rather range bound. I'm anticipating that price might just come up for a further test of 83.73 daily resistance or 83.97 weekly resistance, but if the range bound environment holds, then anticipate that we will move back down from resistance and we could retest 82.01 weekly support, staying within that range. Okay, so that's what I'm looking for there on the Aussie Japanese yen in the week ahead. Alright, to the Aussie US dollar, this is the daily chart. So last week, once more, we keep getting support at weekly support at 71.06, and we did come up a little bit higher this week and we challenged daily resistance at 72.76. So we are just holding an uptrend. It's rather range bound, so I'm anticipating that maybe once more we could fail at resistance. So we could fail at the start of the week at 72.49, 72.76. Of course, if things get very positive, we could challenge weekly resistance at 73.13, but we did reject that area last week, so maybe we could just test 72.49 area once more in the start of the week, and we could well trade back down within the range to 71.06 weekly support. If things get very negative again, we may see a move further down, but time will tell. I'm anticipating we might just be still operating within that weekly range of daily resistance at 72.49 and weekly support at 71.06. Okay, so that's the Australian dollar to the US dollar. Okay, moving on to the euro Japanese yen, very volatile week for this pair. So we traded down to 127.92 weekly support, obviously support held, and we've come back up really into the middle of the range. And I've got a daily level of resistance here at 130.15. So the question is, start of the week, does that level of daily resistance hold? And then can we see a move down? So if you get a failure here, you might see an intraday opportunity to sell. And then can we move back down to challenge last week's low at weekly support at 127.92? That's the first option that could happen next week. The second option could be that we do move above 130.15. That might become new support for the market, and then we come up and further visit and retest 131.59 weekly resistance. If we get up to there, I'd anticipate that sellers will come in, so I could look for an opportunity to sell down from that level next week back down to support again. Okay, so there's a couple of options that could happen there. Does this remain negative? Does it hold at 130.15 to trade back down to re-challenge weekly support at 127.92? That's the first option. Or do we just trade back up the range? So that's the euro Japanese yen. Alright, moving on, looking at the euro US dollar daily chart here. Last week we moved down, all the way down to 111.21. Okay, and now we're trading back up to daily resistance here. And I just need to use my drawing tool so I can just give you the number. We traded all the way back up to 112.72 daily resistance. Okay, so the question is, as we start the new week, 112.72 daily resistance here, does it hold? If it does hold intraday at the start of the week, then I'll look for an opportunity to sell, to trade down hopefully through these weekly levels of support. Hopefully we can trade down for a retest of 111.21. Okay, of course, that's the first option. The second option would be that price continues its journey up, gets back above that area of daily resistance. This area becomes support intraday, offers an opportunity to buy, maybe to trade up and retest 113.86. If we get back up to that level next week, I will certainly be watching that level for failure to trade back down to what would then be daily support. Okay, so first off, I'm looking for this area of old support to hold as new resistance for potentially a further move down. Okay, so that's the euro US dollar. Okay, moving along, pound Japanese yen. Now the pound crosses were probably the weaker section of the market last week, and the pound yen broke below 155.30 daily support. Didn't get down to challenge quite weekly support here, and then had a bounce up into Thursday, Friday. We did come back up intraday Friday, got a little bit short of what should be now daily resistance, so maybe it's already retested that area and it wants to decline at the start of the week. So start of the week we may just come back up to that level, watch that level to be resistance intraday for an opportunity to trade down, and then can price through the week come down and challenge weekly support. We do have a daily chart double top, triple top here, so this negativity is all coming from that pattern. And then if we can challenge, I'll be looking for a break. Then that area becomes resistance on a retest for a further move down the range in line with this double top pattern at the top. Okay, so that's what I'm looking for on the pound yen at the moment. Alright, and the last pair to review for this weekend, pound US dollar. Obviously from this consolidation area we've moved down, broke below 134.90 daily support. We broke below 133.57, just making sure I can read that number properly, 133.57 weekly support, but we couldn't hold below. So we've bounced from that level and into Friday's trading. An old level of support and resistance here at 134.30 has become intraday resistance. So is that going to be resistance for a further move down? So at the start of the week we could re-challenge that level. That level could hold for then a move down, or we might come back up to that base of old consolidation area there. So a base of support becomes new resistance. So we could hold here, watch for that to hold, or if we do move higher up, watch for that level to hold as resistance. So 134.90 could be clear resistance for the market next week for a move back down to re-challenge 133.57. If we move back below that level and start to hold below that level, watch for that level 133.57 to hold as resistance for then a deeper move down to 131.68. Okay, so that's what I'm looking at on the pound US dollar. Okay traders, that's my analysis for today. If you want to keep up to date with my analysis, simply subscribe to the channel, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Now if you'd like to follow my forex trading analysis throughout the week, why not subscribe to the ACY Securities live interactive trading feed Telegram channel. Simply contact Nathan Bray at acy.com to get access.